What's good, y'all? Looks like we live. I hope this joint's working. Let me see. Check my settings. It's kind of impromptu. I really wasn't planning on going live, but I just wanted to check in with y'all in between because it's been a major update in my channel progress, as you can see. Let me see if I can get that lined up. But yeah, I'll wait until a couple more y'all jump in here. And I should probably share it on Facebook, but it's going to be a little hard to do mobile. Let me see. All right, I'm not going to mess with it too much. But yeah, what's good, y'all? Shout out to everybody that tuned in so far. Today, pretty much what I'm doing is just walking through my new space. I got in here. I'm not even fully moved in. I just started moving equipment in yesterday. Got the keys yesterday. And for the channel, this is like major. I've been working out of my house probably for the last 3 years. Little small office in my house, and the last 6 months or so, really 8 months, we've been staying with family. So it's been tough to get work done for the channel. I've been kind of squeezing stuff in when I can. I got like a room that was kind of dedicated for my office, but you know, if you guys have ever lived with somebody, you know, it's like when you got people and guests in the house and all this stuff, it gets pretty loud and obnoxious. So um, it's just been real hard, real challenging to create content in that environment. So I've been trying to get one of these office spaces probably for the last 6 or 7 months. That was really the game plan when we moved back up to Atlanta. And what happened was this particular spot that I'm in now, it's actually month by month. It's like a storage unit place, but they have office spaces as well. So it's pretty dope. It's really just like almost like a big block room. So it's hard to tell. I'll put a wide angle lens on so you can kind of see everything that's in the room, but I'm gonna give you like a little quick tour in a moment. But yeah, man, it's basically it's like a storage unit uh company, and then they have these office suites that they rent out month by month, so you don't have to do like a contract. And the reason I wanted to do that is because we have a house being built and it's going to close December 24th or 23rd. So I've been trying to hold out for like, you know, the closing of our house, but it was just impossible. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't getting any work done the last 2 months, and I said, you know, I'm just going to take a gamble on myself and go ahead and get the studio popping. So like I said, I was looking into these for a little while, but one just finally popped up on the radar a couple days ago, and I had to jump on it. So yeah, I'll give you a quick little walkthrough of the lab. Unplug this joint. Like I said, it's kind of messy. I'm still moving stuff in, but I'll start from the front. So over here we've got the front door entrance. Very basic. I got the ladder over here because this light right here always stays on for some reason. I guess it's like a safety feature. So I'm going to take those lights out so I have more control of the light in here, but I'm using it right now for the stream. It's cool for that. But what's funky is when I hit these lights, let's see if I can show you. I don't know if you can tell the difference on this camera, but all those lights back there are kind of like a weird pinkish tint to it. So it looks kind of crazy. So what I'm going to do is definitely not going to use those. And this set of lights, I'm taking the bulbs out. I'm going to unscrew them after the stream probably. Then I'll go through kind of everything else I got set up going backwards. So over here, this is my custom made table. Everything in here is going to be on wheels because I like to be able to move stuff around. So this is basically it's kind of like a work cart type of thing, like a work table, workbench you use for a garage. And what I did was I took a kitchen countertop butcher block, which is pretty damn heavy. This thing's like 120 pounds, but it's like 6 foot by 3 foot, and it's a huge tabletop surface. So pretty much with that, I'm going to be using it for product photography, top down shots, some of the MPC stuff you've seen before on the channel where I did top down. I only did 1 or 2 videos like that. Most of the stuff I try to do on on the MPC Touch so you can see the screen clear. But when I'm using other types of equipment, for instance, this little pedal board here, I'm gonna be getting into more, more kind of standalone equipment, and I'm gonna be using this table a lot more going forward with that. Some of the other stuff on the table, got my money tree right here. That's my baby right there. I got to get a bigger pot for it. And this is every time somebody comes to my studio, they ask me what this is. This is actually a cake decorating turntable, and it's good for product shots. So let me show you something real quick. So what I use that for is like motion shots, right? So I got this mannequin head, and I'll just give you a quick little example. I got some of the new MPC gang beanies in today, and basically what I'll do is set my camera up, my video camera, throw the product on there for headwear, and then once I got the background all set up and everything, it'll look pretty dope. You just do your 360 shots like that. So it's cool for like your website if you're looking to oh man, Romeo Caesar's calling me. Let me decline it real quick. I hope it don't mess with my audio. All right. Yeah, if you caught the notification, tune in, bro. I might be able to send him a notification. An invite too, so he can jump on. But yeah, so this is what I use the turntable for. It's pretty cool. And when I'm selling my MPC gang stuff, oh man, head came off. It's crazy. This is the new patch hats. Actually, I did them last winter too, but this is the biggest batch I've done. But I just got a whole bunch of them in, so I'm gonna be boxing those up, shipping them out tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that supported on the beanie so far. I think I still got about 20 in stock. So I did red on this batch, some navy blue joints. What else? I've got this is like a charcoal and black. I think I probably had 2 or 3 of those still left. And then oh yeah, Heather Gray. These Heather Grays, and I think I might have 3 or 4 of these still left. They sold pretty quick though. And what I didn't put on the website yet is the white and black ones, or black and white. So I'm gonna put those on the website tomorrow morning. I'm trying to take some product photos tonight before I head back to the crib. But yeah, man, it's still kind of messy in here, but it's functional. I'm able to kind of get started on some of my product photos, and I've been like a month behind on Standalone Soul, the sound pack design stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting in here this weekend and finishing up volume 3. But yeah, let me show you some of the other stuff I got in here. All right, we've got this is actually, I just moved over to Standalone Soul Deluxe Editions. I got all the components here. This is like the tray cards that go on them right here. And then usually I sign them and then put the number on there. It's like a limited edition type setup. And then box them up. Got the packaging for them. And usually I just slap a sticker on them and they're good to go. Hold up. They're upside down. So yeah, these are almost finished. These I got to put the tray cards in the top, but I got a Standalone Soul Deluxe waiting. So I got about 13 of those left in stock. I got another batch of 50 coming. So I'll be boxing those up all week. And I still haven't shot an ad for them. So shout out to everybody that's been supporting on those. This is going to be my main camera. I just sold my B camera because I wasn't really feeling it. I had an A6400. This one is the A7R2. This old faithful. So I've been using the A7R2 since it's been about 4 years now. And I just got this Sigma 24-70 for it. So it's kind of a decent vlogging lens. Like I'm probably gonna be doing some more vlogging with it, but I got an extra wide that's a little easier to walk around with. This is like a good workhorse general purpose lens. So it's got, it's got zoom out to 70 millimeters and then back out to 24. So I can use it for web stream, stuff like that. And then I was having trouble. See, this doesn't have a flip screen. So I went ahead and got an external monitor, and I'm going to compare it because I just got this. It's like a $200 monitor, but if I can save a couple bucks using this other device, let me see what I did with it. I found this online for 20, and it's a mirror. So basically on that, you just flip the screen up because it doesn't flip around. You just flip it, tilt it up in the back, and then it'll show on this mirror. So I'm gonna get that a shot tomorrow and see if this will do the trick. Because if I can vlog and kind of, film myself just using the mirror thing, and I can see myself pretty well, I think I'm gonna send that monitor back because I might not need it. It's cool though. I think it's got like 3 hours of life on the battery, so it's all right. I'm not too mad at it. It's basically an adjustable tripod, and that box down there from Amazon is going to be those are wheels for the tripod. So I'm putting those on wheels too. Let me turn these other lights on so you can see. Yeah, so that tripod will be on wheels. This one is my C-stand, my main light here, and it's got a gridded softbox on it. I think it's like a 28-inch, maybe 32, and it's like a deep dish softbox. And that's like my key light. And then basically with the C-stand being on wheels like that, it just makes it easier to move it around the studio. So, if I want to move everything around, I can move that table, put that in a different configuration. I can make this all kind of long along one wall. And it just makes it convenient for like getting stuff done. Especially if you're going to do like product shots and you're mixing up the type of shots you're doing. The wheels just basically save you a lot of time and energy. All right. And then over here is my apparel rack. It's a little bit dusty because I haven't been pressing a whole lot up. The patch hoodies I had somebody stitch up for me. So the apparel rack is cool because basically I use this computer over here and I'll come up with a design, print it down here to my vinyl cutter. And the vinyl cutter just like, it comes out with the graphics that, you use the heat press on. So I usually do this for prototyping. So like if I have an idea for a t-shirt or, some type of graphic for a hoodie or something like that, I'll cut it out on the vinyl cutter first. Doesn't just cut vinyl. Sometimes I'll use tackle twill, which is the NPC gang hoodies, the original ones. Tackle twill is like the stuff that football jersey numbers are made out of. So sometimes I'll cut those up and, get the heat press ones. And basically I just slap it here on the heat press. If I'm doing like a, like a shirt or a hoodie, slap it up on the heat press it up, probably about maybe a minute or two. And yeah, I got a prototype. I've done whole runs before, but usually doing it on the vinyl cutter, I try to keep it maybe like under 18. Once I get to like 18 or more, I'll usually outsource the graphic and just use the heat press because the vinyl cutter is a little bit slow, this particular one. So yeah, I use it for prototyping, just to kind of make sure an idea works. And then once I get like a good response on a design, I'll go ahead and do like not a mass production, but a bigger production. And this one is actually the hat press. So I got to dust it off. It's been in the garage for a few months, but basically just put your hats up here. You got patches or, whatever type of design you're putting on the hat. You just press it up, bing, bang, boom, that's set. And that usually presses faster. It's usually about 30 to 40 seconds on most hats. I couldn't do it with the Scullies because the beanie hats are made of acrylic and they'll melt. So had to get those stitched. But these, like the melt and wool hats, I'll definitely press those up in the hat press in a second. So once again, I got that all in a cart. Super convenient. This is on like a swivel arm over here. And pretty much I can wheel that out the way. If I'm not doing any apparel that day, I'll probably wheel it back in that corner somewhere. All right. And this is my second C-stand. I probably won't need to use this very much, but this is like if I need to do an overhead shot, like a camera, and I need it to be pointing straight down. I've got like this whole rig up here where I'll mount the camera on it and it'll hold it up. So it's pretty cool. That was my first C-stand, but the one with the wheels I like better. And this is pretty much the same way I had my lab set up, my music lab and audio mixing. So I've got the MPC Touch here, Persona's FirePod I use that for the MPC's outputs. So it's kind of like having 8 outs like an MPC-X when you use the external one. And then usually I'll run that into not all 8, but I'll run, I think, 6 over here into the Tascam Model 12. And the Model 12, basically, I use this for streaming as well as sound design. So once I got the guitar pedal hooked up, I can send stuff out to the guitar pedal, then back into a channel, and then resample it back into the MPC all in one shot. So it's pretty dope. Let's see, I don't know if y'all can see that. All right, and these are the Atom Audio T7Vs. I actually did a review on these, and they're great. I don't have them hooked up right now because noise is an issue here. Like as far as I don't want to get in trouble making too much noise for the neighbors. Right now, I'll probably be here for only about 2 months until the house is finished being built. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to keep it quiet, keep it on the low, and I'm gonna be working off of the DT770s. So they work really well. I've never really mixed in headphones before I got these, but I guess the sound stage on them is very realistic, and it almost sounds like you're mixing in a room, which is the first headphones I've had that do that. And oh yeah, let me talk about the monitor because I just got the monitor. It's an MSI 34-inch ultra wide, and it's 1440p. So my last monitor was 4K, so it's a little bit of a step down as far as resolution. But when I'm doing sound design, it's dope because, and I'll be doing more videos about this, but I can put MPC on one side, I can put the mixer on the other side, and just have my plugins all over here and just have the MPC screen over here. So for sound design and mixing, it's super helpful. I'll probably end up getting something even bigger, maybe like a 39 or a 41 at some point, but I'm gonna take my time. I do like this. And it was at a good price. It was only like $400. So I'll probably do a whole video about that. Microphone, I got the Rode Pod mic, and this is what I use for dad beats. I've used it for a couple live stream videos as well. Works really well, blocks out a lot of background noise. So as far as value for the dollar, it's only like $100. So as far as podcasting mics, it's pretty cheap. You get a real good deal for it. It does run a little low, so I actually bought an amplifier for it, and just remember, got to hook that up. Over here, I got this is the monitor arm. I've got it on like a floating arm. So as you can see, it's out of the way. It gives me this space underneath it, and I can push this up and down as I need it. So it's convenient in that respect. And then with the second arm, what I did was I just put a camera tripod on here. So I think I'm gonna put an ultra wide lens on it where when I'm streaming, y'all can see me and the MPC at the same time. So we'll see. It should be something. Let's see if I can get the perspective right. Something like this. So I'll be seated down here, and then y'all should be able to see me rocking out. Something like that. So yeah, I like the way the little battle station set up. That's looking pretty good. I do gotta get the internet hooked up in here. Take you to the back. It's still messy back here. I'm getting it all set up, but this is like the little kitchenette area. I just brought a table back here with my tools so I can put stuff together. But it's got a mini fridge, which is dope. It's not like a tiny mini fridge neither. It's like a half, like I can put gallons in there and all that stuff. Up here, there's a bunch of tubs with like apparel stuff. I'll probably end up not throwing it away, but putting it in our storage until we get the new house, and I can build some shelves in the garage because eventually I'm gonna move all this stuff to the garage in the new house. But yeah, this is all my apparel stuff. I'll probably clear this out, put it in storage, and then keep the tubs here, for different storage here. This area is for a microwave, but I think I'm gonna throw, like, I got this surge protector up here. I think I'm gonna make this my battery charging station. So I've been seeing some real cool setups on YouTube where people are using like a board. I forgot what it's called, like a pegboard, and then they strap all the chargers down to it, and then they have all their chargers in one place plugged into one adapter. So I think that's pretty convenient. I'll probably end up doing that. This is my old crane. I got a new one. I'll be doing a video about that. This is my Crane 2 camera gimbal. That's for, like, you know, smooth motion shots and stuff like that for the channel. Up here is, I got the Live 2 box up there, but I carried the Touch over here in it. And I think this is just gonna be like little knickknacks and stuff. I got some coffee up there. I'll bring my Keurig over from my storage unit pretty soon, probably tomorrow. Paper towels for the bathroom. It's only gonna be me in here, so I don't need to keep it too stocked. I might put some snacks or something in there and call it a day. It's got this little sink too. It's like that industrial style sink. I don't know, it looks clinical and weird, like maybe they was watching syringes in here or something. I probably ain't gonna mess with that sink too heavy. But nah, my wife would probably tell me I need to disinfect everything again. Oh yeah, this right here. This is my clothing rack. And once again, this is on wheels. It's called a Z rack. And I'll use this for I use it to hang apparel. So like hoodies, t-shirts, like whatever it is, I use this to hang it. And then usually I'll put it in the background behind me. But what's dope about it in the studio is you can wrap sound blankets over it. You know what I'm saying? Like throw a sound blanket or two over it, and it makes a good sound absorber, like a sound baffle. So if you got like a lot of reverb in the room, it'll help with that. So chances are I might get a couple sound blankets, throw it on there, and put it in front of my camera so my voice doesn't bounce off the wall in front of me. Because like I said, this is kind of like a big, long rectangle. So as far as reverb is concerned, I'm not gonna, you know, I sound like be mixing in my headphones, but as far as like talking and dialogue in my videos, I think having the sound blankets in front of me should keep a lot of that reverb from coming off the wall, because it's going to pass through the blankets once, bounce off the wall, come back, and it should be pretty dead by then. So that's some sound stuff. And this is the bathroom, no frills, just a little office style. Reminds me of like a doctor office bathroom. Oh, and right here, this door is a storage unit. So I had the option for like $200. I think it's like a garage, like a single car garage storage unit. So I might do that. If I end up staying here past December, I might do that and then use that for, like, you know, just all my general storage, my tools and all that stuff. And maybe clear some of this stuff out. Maybe I'll put the apparel stuff in there. Because like I said, I'm not doing that much apparel in-house anymore. I'm outsourcing a lot of stuff. So we'll see. So yeah, that's it as far as the space. It's not very big. Down here, I got to figure out some kind of storage solution for my other lights. These are like LED panel lights. They change colors and stuff. So that's what I'll use for my background lights when I want them to be like blue or purple. They actually work off an app. They have an app too. So, and then these are just like, you know, your power distribution things. You just kind of roll them out, and they just make it, you know, really convenient, especially, you know what I'm saying, when you're working with lights on wheels. You want to be able to roll stuff out, roll it back in, and get the power to the lights and stuff that you need quickly and get it out the way. So yeah, man, not a whole lot to it. It's a small space. It's kind of comfy, but it really does, it's going to do everything I need. I just need an area where I can, you know, work on my sound design stuff in peace without kids wilding out in the background. And then, of course, you know, the apparel stuff is like I said, I'm outsourcing most of it. I'm not going to be doing that much of that in here. But when I do get it back, when I get the apparel stuff back from the vendors, I like to be able to shoot it. And I do still take on a little bit of client work. Like I haven't been doing too much for other clients. I've been kind of just focusing on I Am Sight. And my wife's real estate company has really been my two biggest clients. I call I Am Sight a client because it's technically a separate business from my photography and video business. So yeah, any questions y'all got? Let me go to the chat and chop it up with y'all. See what you're talking about in here. Charles E. Hill, congrats, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. New spot, congrats. Now, Matt, is it owner? I hope I'm saying that right, Matt owner. New spot, congratulations. Thank you, bro. 16-bit sound, product photo spinner. Those are money. Yes, sir. Those definitely those are real easy too. Those are some of the easiest money I ever made. Like companies will just send me stuff, especially since the pandemic. Like I can get a client and they'll just send me, a product, throw it on the spinner, knock it out in like 15 minutes, especially if I already got the lighting set up and everything. And I got like these lighting diagrams that I'll go back to for products. And they work for like 90% of products. So that's some of the easiest photography and video you can do. Chris had, hey, from UK, 3 a.m. Whew, yeah, you're up late, bro. I mean, I thought I was burning the midnight oil with this 11 o'clock stuff over here. Black 59 Razor, site, what up? Studio looking dope. Salute. Appreciate that, bro. I forgot I can put you guys on the screen too. The cake spinner is a good idea. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I got man, I've been doing that for years because I had a sunglass shoot I did one time. I had a company that had some like Wayfarer type sunglasses, and they had like 80 different colorways of these sunglasses, and I was like, yo, there's got to be a better way than, you know what I'm saying, like moving them little by little. So I came up with that the cake spinner idea. Actually, I was going to use a turntable, like a like a vinyl turntable, and then obviously the thing poking through the middle was a pain in the ass. So I started looking for turntable type things online, and that's what I came up with. I'm spilling the cake spinner idea from you. Yeah, man, get busy with it. Model 12 mixer, yes, sir. Fate21, you are a great inspiration, Doc. Hey, man, I appreciate it, bro. I'm glad I can inspire. Yeah, the comments, man, you guys have been leaving some great comments. Everybody who's been watching the Dad Beats podcast, man, the last one was definitely a lot more personal. We kind of got into, me and the King O. Caesar got into like a lot of the challenges we had, and still, challenges we deal with to this day. So shout out to everybody who's been leaving great feedback for that, man. I try to inspire as much as I can with the channel and show as much. I haven't been showing as much as a struggle, you know what I mean? And I kind of want to show you guys more, not really the struggle, but like the challenges, you know what I'm saying, of doing YouTube and just being a content creator in general. I've been doing it for a long time, and I guess I always been in this mindset of trying to make things look better for my clients, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? When I'm showing stuff to y'all, it's more like, trying to inspire you and let you know that a lot of the stuff you see on YouTube, there's a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes that goes into it. And it's not like you need all this equipment. You know what I mean? Like I use this stuff for like music videos and all kind of stuff. You don't need all this for a YouTube channel, but having those skills definitely helps out. As far as like family stuff, I've been trying to, explain more of like what's been going on with that, with the Dad Beats podcast, because a lot of us have families, a lot of us have other responsibilities that keep us from working on the music and the creative stuff we love doing. So we try to talk about that as much as possible, but really what I'm hoping to do here is show more of my process, more of my creative process, and even like the cake spinner thing, right? You know what I mean? Like that's cool that, you know what I mean? Like I could show you guys a couple of those tricks. I'm sure more will come up, but that's the thing I love about YouTube is picking up creative ideas and ways to get stuff done quickly. Montana, I see you building and adding on. Salute. Appreciate that, bro. Absolutely, man. I'm trying to take it to the next level, man. Every year I try to increase, and I think that's been the hardest thing about 2021 for me personally. Is last year I was able to do about 45 videos. This year I was only able to do probably like 10 or less, and I did a lot of live streams. So it's cool, I got to connect with y'all on the live streams and everything. But I do like making dedicated YouTube videos, like produced videos, and I'm looking forward to getting back to that and doing just a lot more cool behind the scene stuff in here too. So like I'll be able to live stream, when I'm doing sound design stuff more. I'll be able to live stream. Just different stuff I'm working on. So, I'm gonna try to, get more content onto the channel. Question: you getting the new SP404 Mark II? It's not really in my plans. I've never been an SP dude, but it's interesting because I'm definitely looking to get more gear, like start messing with some more gear. I think I might start with some of the old SPs, honestly, because I don't have any experience with them. So maybe I'll grab like an older one for like 300-400 bucks, test it out, see how I do with it, and then maybe upgrade to the new one. But I got a new video coming up this week. I'm gonna try to drop it tomorrow or Saturday because I just made a lot of investments, man. I mean, this is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to drop. You know, you got your first and last months and stuff like that. So definitely came out of pocket for this, but I also dropped a whole lot of money on video production stuff and just kind of like tools I'm gonna need to take the channel to another level. And I'll be dropping that this weekend. I think it's gonna be interesting because there's a lot of money, man. But it's cool because it's a long-term investment. And you know, if any of you guys are interested in YouTube and getting into it, if you're not already, it's definitely a marathon. It's a long game. You know what I'm saying? You definitely you have to take your time and build, but then at the same time, you know, you have to gamble on yourself. So, you know, I definitely did with this office, and I definitely did with some of my new acquisitions equipment wise. And we'll see, man. You know, maybe it leads to more collaborations. Maybe it leads to more opportunities with companies to send me stuff where I can review it and stuff like that. Because I definitely want to get my hands on more than just NPCs on this channel. And my life is, you know, so much more than that. You know what I mean? Like I definitely want to bring more of the entrepreneur stuff to the channel because, you know, as musicians and creatives, we do have to have certain levels of you know, production skills on the video, on the branding. Um, you know, I definitely want to share more information on that as well. Everett Vincent, don't rush art. Absolutely. And Everett, I think you just hit me up on the email a little while ago, man. I appreciate that, bro. Um, I'm definitely looking not to rush the new standalone Soul series, like as far as the volume 3, volume 4, but I'm trying to get them out a lot faster because I want to catch up. I really want to stick to my timeline, which was to have 1 through 6 done by Christmas, and then basically New Year's Day, I want to release volume 7 for all the deluxe edition members. So yeah, I'm trying to get that back on track. I'm about a month late on volume 3, but it's almost done. But I appreciate you asking me about that, Everett. Chris has said I do a bit of YouTube for some music and 3D art. Yeah, YouTube is kind of like I don't really see a better way to get discovered out right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, you know, there's a lot of exposure on things like TikTok or maybe like Instagram, you have a little bit of reach. But as far as YouTube, it's a search engine. So if you're looking to get exposure for what you do, you know, doing a little search engine optimization and making sure your channel delivers like a clear message, you know what I mean, on your videos, it really goes a long way as far as bringing new business, man. So I highly recommend YouTube for anybody who's not using it. And you don't always have to be in front of the camera. Like there's people who try to avoid being in front of the camera. I was like that for a long time. I was a behind the camera type dude. But there's ways you can stay off camera. I'm sure some of your favorite YouTubers might not even show their face. So I think that's really dope. There's a lot of ways to be creative with it. Let's see, Montana, we would love business tips. You should do that for real. Yeah, man. I try to share information as much as I can on the Dad Beats podcast when we do those on here. But I'm definitely gonna get into kind of sharing more game as far as like how I kind of bootstrap things. I'm still a small business owner, you know what I mean? Like my business is definitely still in the growing phases. But I think the mindset of how you conduct your business and how the priority you put on it, because a lot of people kind of like they choose their business last. I always choose my business first, not necessarily like between family or things like that, but I mean as far as my financial decisions, I'll go like me personally, I'll go without like a new pair of shoes or something for like 6 months before I let my channel or my business go without something. You know what I mean? So I treat my business like my main priority because it really does. It feeds my family. You know what I mean? It's not the only thing that feeds them, but I mean, it's a major contributor. You know what I mean? So I try to treat it, I try to give it the utmost priority, you know what I mean? And I'm going to show a lot more of that going forward, because I think that's what a lot of us are missing in the creative space, is that entrepreneur side. Um, and business and money turns into like these dirty words, but realistically, those are the lifeblood for your creativity. So if you don't have funding and you don't have any type of revenue sources coming in from the things you're creating, it makes it really, really hard to keep creating, because everything you want to create and you enjoy creating is hurting your pockets. You know what I mean? So if you can get your business even to a point where it's just a side hustle and it's paying for itself, that goes a long way. Where it's like you might, spend $1,000 on some equipment, and if you set things up properly, you make that back over 3 to 6 months. It's a great feeling, because then you can go out and do it again, and now you trust yourself, to make it back. So, and even more, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to tell y'all the number right now. I'm gonna save it for the video, but we're talking 5 digits, definitely. I just invested in the last month, in my business and in my YouTube channel. Like, most of it is to benefit the channel. So I'll be breaking that down. I definitely want to share as much knowledge as I have on that going forward, and bring more people on the channel who can teach me things as well. But yeah, man, I appreciate the feedback, you guys. These type of videos are not easy to do, where it's like, you're showing your growth process, and you're showing, at least for me, what I mean, you're showing like behind the scenes before you get things ready. um I like to show things in like a finished presentation, but what I'm really trying to do going forward on this channel is show a lot more behind the scenes, I guess you could say, or just a lot more life. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want my channel to just be this produced thing, where it's just everything is kind of like curated. I want some raw interactions, some raw experiences. And I think the podcast kind of turned me on to that, like being on the spot, talking about real life situations. And it's a little risky, because you might say something that offends people, but at the same time, you attract the people who are really into what you're doing, and you really, uh, like, connect more with the people that support you. So that's the part I enjoy. I enjoy locking in with y'all, and just talking about stuff that's different than what I would normally do. Like, oh, press this button on the NPC. I like doing tutorials and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I like sharing my information on how I use my MPC and make music, and I definitely plan to do more of those. But I'm sure you've seen, like, a lot of creators get burnt out on that, where it's like, how many things can you really talk about, music production wise, that's literally how to's? You know what I mean? So I want to kind of broaden the scope of the channel and start showing not just how to use the equipment, but the ways I'm able to afford some of the equipment I get, and the stuff I can't afford, working on, showing the plan that I have to get to that point, and, having y'all along for the ride with me, as far as, acquiring new gear and stuff like that. So, setting goals, and trying to get to them, and basically bringing y'all along for the journey if you're interested. So yeah, man, that's what I'm looking forward to coming out of this space. There's definitely going to be a lot more output from me. This is just kind of really kicking things off, and just an impromptu way to kind of introduce y'all to the lab. And yeah, man, I really didn't have no plan for this stream. I really just wanted to show y'all around a little bit. Dustin McAdams, I always miss the live dad beats. Glad I'm able to check this one. Yeah, dad beats we usually do it at 4 p.m. Eastern on Sundays. And I know a lot of guys watch football, especially in the US. Which, I mean, we do too. But it was one of those things. It was kind of like, as far as our schedules, that was the only day that really lined up, for, me, the King, O Caesar, and the Brother Lifted Noise. So that was really the only day we could get that done. But I think we're definitely gonna try to I guess, expand on that concept, and maybe come up, with some other side programs and stuff. But we'll see. I mean, Dad Beats is still really early. I think we're only on episode 8, and we got some really cool guests coming up on that. So yeah, I'm super excited, man. I think the feedback on it, it's funny, because it's like, a lot of people on YouTube, they judge their success on views, And Dad Beats definitely has less views than my traditional videos. But what I love most about it is the, a lot of you guys like return and like, I guess it's kind of more for like my diehard, supporters and people who appreciate what I do. At least that, that part of it. And then it's also dope to just have a community of other producers who are going through similar things where we can talk about these challenges and then also talk about solutions, because that's definitely what Dad Beats is about, is finding solutions. And that's why I want to bring more guests on there who can kind of enlighten us on different ways we can earn a living and find not just find a just earn a living, but I mean just make our production journey easier. You know what I mean? Like yeah, there's supposed to be a challenge and it's supposed to be difficult to a certain extent, but I think there's certain things that you can learn from someone else that'll make your learning process a lot faster and just save you time. You know what I mean? If there's something that like I know, when I listen to certain people, it's like a light bulb goes off, and it's something that I might not have ever thought about. And those unlocks, I call them unlocks because it kind of unlocks this part of your mind that you weren't even thinking about, or even just this way of thinking about something, and it can really change your whole life. You know what I mean? So I definitely think Dad Beats has that potential, just because of the quality of the people that come on. Even so far, we've only had a few guests, but I mean, you're talking about Ski Beats is a super legend. You know what I mean? Like one of my most inspirational producers. Done such ridiculous records, and then the other guys that have been on have been you know sharing more of the newer wave of making money with music. You know what I mean? Like the new way of publishing with Damani, that how he made $17,000 on TikTok. Um, that's something that particular podcast has inspired even us on the show. Lift the Noise. I mean, he got in the lab. He started releasing stuff. Just inspired off of that. So that's dope. And then the episode before, we had God Cloud on there, who's a dope finger drummer who was talking about NFTs and how they're kind of changing the game. So I think being equipped with this information as producers is really gonna uh, kind of change the way we do that. Before, you used to be able to catch on late. You know what I mean? Like, you used to be able to kind of just do your thing, and if you caught on late, it was fine. But now it's like with technology moving so fast, we have to figure these things out early in the game. You know what I mean? If we really want to succeed. And I'm getting, even though you still have to execute on this information, um, I'm excited that I'm at least learning stuff. You know what I mean? Because I haven't implemented all the stuff that the guests have talked about, but it's at least opened my mind to certain things. And when I get the time, I'm gonna get around to doing some of them. So and a lot of it is picking your path as a producer. You know what I mean? There's a lot of ways where I think a lot of us get caught up in thinking, oh, I need a placement, or we figure out one or two ways we might be able to earn a living with our craft, but realistically, there might be 20, 30 ways to do it. So I think having different people on here who can kind of give us game in different areas is just huge. So, like I said, I'm gonna share all the information I have, but what I'm most excited about, regarding Dad Beats and some of the guests we're gonna have, is just how much information is coming from people that have so many years of experience. We're tapping into other people's experience and saving ourselves a lot of time, you know what I mean, and aggravation, trying to learn something that may not be for us, or it may be for us, and at least that way we have kind of like a loose roadmap. So that's pretty much what the goal is for Dad Beats, man. So I appreciate it, man. You guys have been great. I'm trying to, like I said, be more transparent with the channel and what's going on behind the scenes. And I'm taking a break from Facebook at the moment, so I'll be on YouTube a lot more. I definitely like my YouTube fam. Like, no disrespect to Facebook, but the environment on Facebook can be super toxic. So, and such a distraction, you know what I mean? Whereas with YouTube, I'm documenting stuff, I'm staying creative. It forces me to get in my studio one way or another, whether it's music, whether it's, video. Um, so I'll be on here a lot more and getting away from the metaverse. Oh man, that metaverse thing is goofy to me. Any chance, do you know of any reputable place to get an NPC painted? Painted, I would say Well, I know Bruce Forat used to do them. He's in California. I think he still does. I don't think he's cheap though. Like he does phenomenal work, but I mean, he's been doing it for like 20, 30 years. But Forat, Forat. And I'm sure if you look him up, you might find some competitors or something online. But he's the last guy I know that did them. But NPC stuff, maybe, I don't know. There might be some new sites that do it. I'm a little bit scared to mess with the new NPCs, man, because the shell isn't metal, and then you know, they just don't have the space in them. You know what I mean? They're kind of like, you know, new technology is built like compact, right? So like your old NPCs are like, you know what I mean? They might be like this tall in the front, whereas the new NPCs are like this tall, and they just kind of cram everything in there. So I'm scared of like painting and doing customizations because if it seems like if they do something wrong, you know, the tolerances between components is slimmer. So I would worry about messing sensors up or something. I don't know. I'm just goofy like that. Dallas Forever McMix. Can you drop a link for Dad Beats podcast? It's right on this channel, bro. You can go through my previous videos and you'll see it'll say, you know, the thumbnails will have Dad Beats on there. I think, yeah, we just finished episode 7. So yeah, there's not that many of them, but and I'm trying to get them all up on Spotify. So that's something that I plan on doing tomorrow, is getting the last 2 episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So I'm gonna try to get those up there tomorrow. William Oates, will it cost at least $700? It will cost at least $700 for Bruce to paint your NPC. Last I checked, yeah. Bruce ain't no joke, man. Anything in California costs bread, and he's like right there. I think he's in like around Hollywood. So yeah, he definitely ain't cheap, but he does great work. I mean, he does stuff. He repairs Kanye stuff, the RZA, like pretty much, you know, everybody out in LA that's a producer, he repairs and customizes stuff for them. So yeah, man, I've been on here longer than I expected, but I appreciate y'all stopping in today. I'm gonna do some more of these going forward. If you get a chance, drop a like, you know, drop a comment. If you're watching this later, I really appreciate all the feedback, man. You guys really keep me going with this channel. And if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be able to step it up and you know, take a gamble on these type of things. So, you know, it's really y'all supporting and showing love, not just in the comments, but, you know, with the apparel stuff. You know, Standalone Soul has been a great success. I appreciate y'all for that. You know, I still got a lot more to go as far as finishing the series. So, you know, I'll be locking in here real heavy this weekend to finish up volume 3 and get started on volume 4. So volume 3 should be ready next week. Volume 4 should be ready probably 2 weeks after that. And I'm going to try to get volume 5 out first week of December. Volume 6 should be third week of December. So I'm trying to come out with basically a volume every 2 weeks until the end of the year. That's my game plan. So got a lot of work to do, y'all, but at least I got the space to do it. You know, there's no kids crying in here. There's no mother-in-law screaming dinner's ready. I do like mother-in-law's dinner though. So yeah, man, next video should show you guys like the new house we're getting built. I'm gonna show you behind the scenes, kind of like what that's looking like. We're almost there. We've been waiting for almost a year for it to get done getting built. So that's gonna be another milestone. So I'm just trying to close this year off strong, man. But I appreciate the support from y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna sign out on that. Appreciate y'all. Peace.